Hey, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here, and I'm bringing you guys part 2 of this kind of gameplay and kind of a beginner guide tutorial strategy sort of thing for newer people to the Extinction maps, and this is on the Onslaught DLC Nightfall, I believe, or whatever this map name is. Anyway, we passed the first area, now we're in the second area, and we're setting up to go ahead and get ready to start taking care of business over on this side. If you missed the first gameplay, check the playlist in the description, and it will have the rest of kind of the just random gameplays that I'm going to put up for Extinction. One thing to note is this is an upper area right here, and right now, again, we're just searching things before we start the round because we don't want to start the round quite yet. And there was an ACOG scope there. I didn't want that. But right to the right here, there is a computer for some intel for those wondering. And this one is just probably one of the more difficult ones to get. You have to jump off that thing. I was telling some people in this lobby that I was playing with how to get it, which is kind of cool because some people told me how to get it in a previous lobby that I was in. So it's always important, if you can, to get in a lobby with people that actually have microphones. And before the game starts, before you ready up, ask them, hey, do you guys have mics or whatever? Honestly, it works out pretty well, pretty well usually. And communication always a key, especially when there's only 4 of you. But we're just searching around for those little container things, trying to get a key or something, getting our weapons ready and whatnot. And then the person is grabbing the drill, and they're going to go ahead and set it up, and we're going to go ahead and get it started. But again, this is just honestly a big kind of a walkthrough of me playing the game for, I think this is about my 5th time trying out on this map, and so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys like my initial impressions of the map and kind of some things as I learned them through the thing. So the first one was really more informative of how to set everything up and make sure you have people that have different classes and stuff like that, or different I don't even know what the correct word is, but different things. I have like I'm a medic. Somebody needs to make sure that they can do like the engineer thing. And just have a variety between the 4 of you guys that are playing, and you should be good to go. Also, you do level up pretty fast. Double XP, of course, helps a ton. But yeah, this game mode is actually quite a bit of fun, I have to say. I didn't really like it from playing it solo, and then when I started playing it with multiple people, I ended up liking it a lot more, which is really ironic because for zombies it was the exact opposite. I played with people, and then it got really tedious. And it was frustrating because I was playing with multiple people, and some of them were not very good, and it's not to knock them, but sometimes they weren't very good, and then they ended up causing something to happen, and then we ended up dying. But then I like to be able to play zombies solo, and it was just the better way for me to do it. But anyway, this one is impossible to play solo in my opinion. I know some people can do it. I might give it another try. Maybe it works out, and like by the time you keep advancing and if you upgrade the right way, maybe it works out well and you can do it solo easily. But I know it's not a super easy feat, and I don't know, it's something I'd like to try, but I just need more experience and need to level up more and get better things in order to make that happen. And that was one of the tips I left last time as well. Just make sure you got to level up for sure. Try to level up as much as you can. Anyway, just kind of playing through this part, and you can see that we're just trying to kill all these little things. Now, when you reach the second area, this is the first, I think, the first drill site area that we're using. But when you reach the second area, when you actually start doing the second drill site of the second area, you'll face against your first rhino. So not this round right here, but the one right after this one, you'll see we're going to fight a rhino. And those ones are kind of difficult to kill, so I'll give you guys a couple, I guess tips on how to kill them. Really, you just gotta move around a little bit and aim for their head, but you'll see that when I start to fight one of those things. But also, it is helpful to pick up the power-ups whenever they are dropped on the ground. I recommend grabbing them anytime you see. This one's speed, and I believe I reload really fast. Well, maybe not super fast. I don't know. Maybe it's just moving speed-wise. I'm not sure which ones are what, but they do help. I mean, it's not just mental. Like, it's unless you have, and I have the setup right now where I'm the medic. Like, unless you have some of the other ones, like, you definitely want to be able to reload faster and stuff like that if you can, or I don't know, just whatever the other options are from that little perk thing. Right here, I'm just about dead. So that's, I guess, another sub little tip. when you start getting hit and whatnot, and you're turning red, just move. Just stop shooting at the things attacking you, and just move out of the way and run away. And then it seems to be the easiest way to do it. And then when you can reset a little bit, you can go ahead and get into a better position to be able to kill those things. So that is what I would recommend. I think we just ended up getting this one done. Now I have 4 skill points, so I wanted to use them on my medic, and I have one more spot. Now the reason why the medic is great, you saw those dudes with the yellow tails and how they shoot that weird liquidy stuff, and I didn't even know these guys actually went in and started the next one already. I was like, what are you guys doing? But yeah, they started the next one and it already got damaged. And then you definitely got to protect it. So like you can see these dudes around it. You got to knock them off and then get the other guy to repair it. Because if they do that too much, then you will be in some bad. You'll be in a bad place, and it will make it end up so you end up losing the game. What was I saying though? I was saying something else about something else, and I don't remember what. I guess we'll get to that in a second here. But yeah, anyway, you just gotta hold down this area, I guess, and we're gonna hold this one down and try to kill as many zombies as you can. I know I was talking about retreating and letting your life heal back a little bit. Oh, those things. So when you're a level 5, I believe it's the 5th one, that yellow acid stuff right there doesn't affect you. It only hits you on initial impact, but when you touch it, it doesn't make your screen blurry or do anything else weird. So I think that's actually kind of cool. On this one, you can see those little guys that warp are probably the most annoying things ever, these guys. So on this one, we have to protect the guy that is, it says defend on, obviously, and then we're going to get our bonus points. And that's something I touched base on last video. It's important to really try to complete your challenges. The more challenges you complete, the more things you can do. There's a rhino right there, if you didn't see it. It looks like a big old, well, it looks like a rhino. But it has a big shell on the back right there. And you can see it kind of charges at you and swipes. You want to get out of the way and kind of be at a distance. That guy got hit and got knocked down, unfortunately. But I believe they did kill the rhino, maybe? Yeah, they killed it already. So now, at this point, we can get the other guy up. Those guys, you got to shoot for the yellow parts, I believe, and it makes things a little bit easier. And this is another one. So it was recommended that when you play this game mode that you actually have at least one person that has a feral instinct. So as a recap from last video, you have somebody that throws down armor every single time, you have somebody that does feral instinct, you have somebody that does the boost drops, and then you have somebody that drops ammo. I believe those are the main ones. Maybe there's one more that I'm missing, but the engineer guy or whatever, to be able to fix the engineer thing. So, and I guess there's a couple of the things that you can do that are not, I don't know what I'm saying here, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, some of them are the same, in the same bracket, some of them are in different brackets. So, regardless, as you can see, we have feral instincts there and the other one. But the instincts are good, I guess, from what I've been told. When you fight the final boss on this map, it is actually really helpful if you have the instincts thing. And I haven't experienced that yet because we haven't made it there as of yet, which is quite frustrating. I just about died right here. Look at this assist. Ended up getting that guy up. Decided to grab the instincts for some strange reason. But this is, you can see why this game gets kind of hectic. I mean, I'm red the entire time. I need to throw down vests again here. I'm just about dead. And I go down. Down goes Fraser. But I think this was kind of towards the last part of this wave, and then we're going to go ahead and start the next wave. But you could see how hectic it was there for a second. And these dudes are just jumping everywhere. I think people are attacking you everywhere. And if they don't end up reviving me, my tags will kind of be floating above my head, and then they just pick up my tags and it kind of revive where the tags are, and then it will actually just end up picking me up. So a heads up on that. Anyway, as some of these areas that you kind of bypass with the drill site areas, it gives you options to come into certain areas like this, and you can see I just ended up finding ammo. And you can find ammo and see other alternate guns and stuff, and there's also lockers a lot of the time. And so, yeah, it's explosive ammo, nothing too crazy there. And there's the lockers, but I don't have anything to open them, so that's kind of that. There's also the saw in here for anybody that really wants the saw, but not really my cup of tea. I don't hip fire much, so a gun where you have to hip fire 100% of the time is a no bueno for me. So yeah, look, and I don't know what happened right here. I don't know why this thing just popped open and started gushing acid. Maybe it did. Maybe maybe that thing was just up top and it shot at me and I totally didn't see it. This part can get kind of hectic. So this side gets a little bit ridiculous. So there's 3 core areas to this this DLC map. As far as I know, there's the first section that I covered in the first video. Then there's a second section which I'm playing through right now, and then there's a third section. And the third section, it just gets crazy difficult. If you guys have any tips, by no means of me making a guide video or a tips video for this does this make me an expert. I've only played this a very, very minimal amount. It's something that I'm looking at trying to get more into and playing it more and trying to learn as much as I can to help teach you guys little tips and tricks for this so you can have more success. But if there are anybody out there that do know the proper things that I might be saying wrong, feel free to correct me in the comment section. Don't be an ass about it, but yeah, correct me or leave comments and let people know, no, this isn't right, you actually should be doing this or whatever else, because I mean, people see those comments, especially if there's good tips, and then people can thumbs them up, and then other people can see them, and I don't know, it's the gift that keeps on giving. So I do like the idea of people leaving comments. And you can see this guy has 2 turrets, or at least one guy has 1 turret and another guy has another turret. I don't know if you actually allowed 2 turrets at a time or what, but I know there is a maximum, so whatever it is, there's not a crap ton of them out there. So at this point, see, this is what I was talking about. Some of those challenges, they just make it impossible. You can't really do it because this one says you have to kill 25 aliens or whatever with an assault rifle. Well, I don't have an assault rifle. I have a friggin' SMG, and one of the other guys has an LMG, and I think one guy has an assault rifle. So this challenge was not going to happen. So kind of crappy, but the way it goes, I'm yawning in the middle of the video. I don't care. This is a 20-minute video. What do you expect from me, man? And I'm tired. I don't know. No, I haven't been sleeping well lately. Like 6 hours or less a night, all week long. I don't know. As kids, like, I felt they always tell you in high school and stuff, you need at least 8 hours of sleep to have a clear head. Well, I haven't had that in quite a while. I haven't taken any old person naps either. Usually I take naps and I feel better. But anyway, enough of that. Also, something I haven't really touched on and that I haven't been using in this gameplay that I recommend you do use are the traps. There are traps around usually these sort of areas, sort of like zombies. You can see the barrel over there, and it really makes it so any of the things come flying through the barrel. Like basically, if you hit the barrel, you pay 750 or whatever it is, and then there's like a wall of flame that comes up, and so it can kill some of the animals or aliens. I guess not animals, aliens as they kind of jump in the area through the circle of fire, and it kills them. So sometimes there's electric traps, sometimes there's a bunch of different ones, sometimes just like Gatling guns or machine guns or whatever. So even though I'm not using them, that doesn't mean you shouldn't use them. There's definitely room for that. I probably don't use my items near as much as I should, and part of the reason why is because I end up in this gameplay, you'll see later on, at least maybe not this one, maybe the last one, I have a shortage of money pretty often, because, or maybe it's not even this one, maybe it was a different one I played. Anyway, it is easy to get a shortage of money if you're throwing down vests all the time, and this area was pretty easy comparison to some of the other ones, but some of the ones on the third section of this is just crazy difficult, and if you don't have enough money, I'll end up running out of money as I need vests, and then my teammates need vests, and then I don't have any money to help them, and it just becomes a big pain in the ass. Now, a tip on that is, again, if you didn't know, you can actually hold the left trigger to aim down sight, and I don't know if you push it at the same time or if you push it one after another, but the left trigger and then the A button, which is a jump button, if you push them down at the same time or one after the other, left trigger then the A button, and you hold it, it actually ends up dropping money on the ground, so you can actually share money. So unlike in zombies where you need the bank in order to share money with friends, and the Gab Knuckles, which was a pain in the ass to get all that stuff, much easier for this. And that's one thing I have to say as a difference between Extinction and zombies. Like, it's pretty fun just to be able to play through, and it's action from the beginning. It's not, you have to set yourself up and you eventually like upgrade everything, but it's not like I have to go build like 7 wonder weapons and then go get all these parts from all over the map and then build some massive weapon and then take that massive weapon and then, you know, only one person can use it or whatever it is. Like, you all get your own items that you can deploy, and you get them all from the beginning. You just need money. Also, another thing that I think is kind of cool is they give you kind of this area like this where you, and I just picked up some random things there. It gives you an ability to, and I did that. I do that all the time. I end up pulling the traps. I hate that. I pulled the fire trap on accident, and I wasted the money to do that. I hate that you picking up things and then activating things are the same button. Things happen on accident there. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, in between rounds. So like just like zombies, instead of having to leave a crawler, you kill everybody, and then not another round of zombies come through. You just have to wait till you start drilling in to the hole or whatever, and then the aliens start coming out. And at first, again, I thought it was kind of silly how the aliens don't actually. I had a yawn right there. Sorry about that. How the aliens actually don't come out of the ground until you start drilling. But again, it's like kind of like ants or whatever. Like you start disturbing the ground or whatever, then the things are going to come out of the ground and out of the holes or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're not coming out of the ground though, because you see the big drops of stuff. That's the other part that I think that is unclear. They do give you kind of a backstory a little bit, I guess, on this. I didn't see if they do a story thing on the first one, but you know that there was some sort of side area and something goes drastically wrong and blah, 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 blah. And rhinos! Look at these rhinos, dude. They look like giant beetles slash rhinos or slash crustaceans slash dinosaurs. I don't know what the heck. They did a good job on those. They didn't make them so they remind me too much of other things from other games. Sometimes you can do that and it gets a little bit like ridiculous. Like the one that is kind of ridiculous to me on this are the ones with the little I want to call them tickers, with a little like really bright red shit on their back, and then they make like fire or something like that, or they blow up near you. Like that's straight up Gears of War style, like steezing their style of their steezing. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just being stupid. But yeah, so yeah, I think those things are kind of like, I don't know. I think after you do so many different things and you see so many movies with different things, it's hard to stay original and be original, and because of that, it's kind of painful. I actually watched a movie, or in the middle of watching a movie, that's it's basically like bounty hunters or something like that, or maybe it's called Bounty Killer or something like that. It's a 2013 movie. It's pretty cheesy, over glorified violence a little bit for some of the scenes, and totally like not. It's definitely a B flick movie, but in that movie, they go through an area called the Badlands, which is a bad area, obviously, to go through. There's like it really reminds you of between Fallout and Borderlands. It's kind of the same sort of theme-ish as that. So when I see it, I'm like, well, no wonder it's a B flick. Like even if the chick that is a star of the movie is pretty good looking, like it's a B flick because the story is unoriginal. No matter which way you look at it, it's not an original thing. But it is what it is, though. Anyway, at this point, I believe we are going to get this area done, and when you finish it, there's a ginormous, there's a rhino, another rhino, man. I think, so this last area in the first one, that's a third rhino we've got to fight. So I guess news, like, note to self, there's a lot of rhinos in this one. There's also a lot of these big dudes that run after you, and you can see right here, I've taken a ton of damage, and instead of just sitting and fighting, I ran for my friggin' life, and you can see it's slowly regenerating. Even though I have my health almost or close to maxed out, it definitely does take a toll on you, and luckily my health regenerated, because if it didn't, I definitely would have been dead. At this point, let's see, those little red things that blow up like that, totally tickers from oh, look at this thing, check that out. That's the boss guy. I guess that's the end boss. And he comes down here and taunts you more. And so it's the same boss that we fought already, but you get an up-close kind of view of him right here. Yeah, the tickers from Gears of War just totally bite their style. At this point of this game, I believe I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Coming up, and you'll see that this is like the third area that you can go ahead and go to. So, going to enter the third section for the last gameplay, and unfortunately we ended up dying. Did not make it to the very, very end. But I'll be trying to if you guys want to see the gameplay, and I'm trying to get a live comm with myself doing that with some randoms. If you guys are interested in playing this with me, I mean, I don't know if there's actually people that do play this. Maybe hit me up on Twitter and say, yeah, I play Extinction, and I'm on Xbox One, but I do have it on 360 now as well, so woohoo, I have it on both. But if we can get 4 people, or if you guys are pretty good and you want to teach me some stuff, hit me up on Twitter at DJHESSSS with 4 S's. And yeah, hit me up, and then it will be in the description to my Twitter as well. And maybe we can learn how to play this. But have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching, and check back for the third and final part of this Extinction gameplay. Later, guys.